From the very beginning, Robyn laid me down in a rose garden of trust.
Mr. Wife, Season 19, Episode 28, Tell Nothings, Part 3, and things that made me laugh this week. And now I want to invite you into my rose garden of trust, wherein, while we don't wax poetic as often or use long dramatic pauses to make ourselves seem innocent, we still have a good time. We're going to go through this episode.
I do think that there was a cycle of love bombing and then like almost kind of like a wind down.
Yesterday, I showed you the clip wherein Janelle is like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a narcissist, can't diagnose anyone or anything like that. And she's trying to kind of describe his cycle and the aspects of his personality that say that to her. And so Suki says, like, well, what's the cycle? What's the love bomb?
There's a cycle where you love bomb and then you there sort of is a waning, and then you almost kind of like destroy or hurt them. Mm-hmm. And then to fix it, you come back in and you love bomb. And so there was kind of this cycle.
You use the word narcissist. Are you saying Kody's a narcissist?
No, because I am not qualified to diagnose him. But I guess everybody will have to decide. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I read pop culture. I have no idea. But it does seem like there's quite a lot of similarities.
On a personal note, the amount of you that thought she was going to say I'm not a scientist or a Keebler elf at the end of that warmed my heart right up. I'm some piece of the cultural zeitgeist. Go me. Fun side fact, I've spoken to a few of the family members. I know that they're aware of my videos and aware of me, but the only person who has ever quoted something I've said verbatim was Kody. The way that the episode went from here, I'm gonna recap this part because honestly, like, it was about Christine and Kody and how they didn't have intimacy and all this stuff, and she's got this great intimacy with David. Everything with him has been really wonderful, and she loves herself and she's found herself. But there were a lot of scenes of them kissing, and mouth noises kind of make me turn inside out, and I need to finish this series. When Kody was watching these clips, though, that was one thing that caught my eye, is it was like very much like person who has a chair facing the bed in their bedroom. You know, it was very... I don't know what to do with that. He just seemed like he was putting on a show and acting like so happy, but if it was real, why are you that happy watching your ex-wife? Like, okay. Then they go into the family dynamic on PDA as a family, and they didn't show those things in front of each other because it had created issues in the past, especially because you got to remember, this at one time was just a man and a wife married couple, and then people started coming in. And when Janelle came in, she expressed a lot of discomfort with the level of affection, like when they were doing movie nights and stuff like that, and her mom did get involved. This is something they wrote about in their book. I didn't know when I married Kody what a struggle the first year would be. I moved into the house. Meri and Kody were still very much in love, and they had no idea how to incorporate me into their lives. I had no idea where I fit in. When we watched movies, they would sit on the couch and hold hands under a blanket while she sat on the chair by herself. She didn't feel like she had her own place. I mean, plus they had a lot of other stuff going on. They're young, not to mention, Robyn said she kind of laments that this rule was made before she came into the family. When this rule was made, when they got married, Robyn was 15 years old. They didn't know each other by then. Don't take it that way, because given the community that surrounds, it could be taken that way. What I mean is that you've got a family culture and a family relationship that has been deeply established long before you were even old enough to drive a car. You might have thought about the fact that you didn't like that before you married in and agreed to be a part of those rules. Keep in mind, I meant that 15 is when Janelle and Kody got married, but if I'm talking about when Meri and Kody got married, you know, should have been there from the start. She would have been 12, so that's a little awkward.
If we were just able to kind of accept each other's relationships, it would probably been easier.
Yeah.
Like that. So
an emotional intimacy between all of you, the wives.
Yeah, wives with Kody, yeah.
Yeah, but why do you feel like you weren't able to achieve that, though?
It was family rules or family culture that was already there before I came along. It was like no, like, you know, affection and no, like, sweet talk and no sweet, like, looks across the room. It just was like, it was really weird.
While I don't have statistics for you, I have spent a lot of time around these groups, and I've actually found that that's more of the norm in what I've experienced. But there are families who are not like that, like the Dargers were on, they think they were big love, they weren't. Anyway, that's a whole other rant. But the Dargers show each other affection. There's a few families that do, so maybe it would have just been a better fit with someone else than trying to change for people to what you want. I wish more people would incorporate using the word different above weird, though, because like there's a lot of stuff that I probably do that people would consider different, but if you come in my house calling me weird, I mean, we're gonna have beef right away. Like, I don't even know. Before we get to the next clip, I do want to have it fresh in your mind that Kody, even if you don't like PDA, is fully willing to weaponize it or make you do it even if you are uncomfortable.
She doesn't like PDA, and I'm very comfortable with it.
So I let him kiss me in public.
I actually had to learn myself how important it was to me, and then I started telling her.
Well, and I learned it was important to him, so I had to learn to speak to him in that language that he understood. I was expressing.
She doesn't hug and kiss me. I don't believe she loves me.
People always say that in the first seasons, like, oh no, he wasn't like that. It was always there. It was always there. But I will say physically, like, who is that? That doesn't even seem like the same person. You see what anger and a lack of moisturizer will do to you? Christine goes into the fact that it was hard for them to be having a hard time with their husband and then watch someone else not having a hard time because they weren't all always getting along at the same time, because there's a lot of stuff here. We're just talking about this one right here. Kody goes into this diatribe that makes, of course, again, you know, toss him up on the cross, give him 3 nails. You know what I'm saying? But he talks about how they treat him now when him and Robyn are open and in love because they're just all so jealous.
The last time Robyn and I showed PDA with the family, we got kicked out.
You got kicked out?
I'm not going there.
Okay.
Yeah, they with us bad. And boy, it cost me dearly.
Explain. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's a story that just cannot be told.
Oh.
Yeah. It's just there's something so vitally detrimental to your life you're just not going to talk.
Then why did you bring it up? If you ever want to know how put upon Kody Brown is, just ask him. He'll tell you all about it. That is the end for today. We're going to go to the very final part tomorrow, and I will see you then. This dude, oh my God. Have a good day.